Hi everyone, and just in case you're here with me already, I'm Ros Boundy Psychic Medium. Just wanting to have a little bit of fun tonight with the Kipper Deck, just to have a bit of play, practice, or whatever it is that we end up doing, just for whether it's half an hour or a little longer, doesn't matter. I'll stay here for the time that it needs, won't I? Now, I think I did just put up the website link there for the psychic.online. The other one that I'm wanting to share with you is the group that I've got, and that's over in my Soul Software. Now, I was just going to do a quick sharing the screen, but I have a funny feeling that's elsewhere at the moment. On a different, on a different space. Let me just go and have a look if I can share that. It's not the table, it's not the iPad. Do you know what? I can't remember how to do the share screen. That's intriguing that I don't have it. Not easily accessible at the moment. Look, let's see what that one's going to give me. There it is. That's the shared screen. Now, I think what I was going to do was add me in there as well. Does it show me up? No, it's in behind. So I'll leave that. Hi, Keza. There you go. Your name is there. Hi, Ros and all. I don't think there's many all at the moment, but that's quite fine. I'm just showing where the group page is that I'm growing is this one here, as in it's within the Soul Software area. So I've got the discussion, the community. It is a community group based type of a thing, and what it's doing. Hold on, I'm just going to try and get back over here so that what this. The shape and size of this, I just want it to be a little less so that it's not taking the full complete scene. Can you see me? No, you can't. It's not showing up as I want it to. Look, it's all okay. I'll just put it there. What we've got, you can hear my voice. So it's got the discussion area that is like a chat. So it goes through all of these areas. Here is part of the community bit, which is the discussion. So it's going through the general space that's there, then it's the introductions of where people are putting their description of who they are. Gypsy, Kipper, like the Gypsy, that's regarding a Gypsy deck of cards I've got, the Kipper and the Lenormand, and that's where I'm posting, and some tarot, okay, because that's the 4 types that I've got. I haven't filled out this area much, but I've certainly got a lot of posts in this one for the particular live streams and videos. And last week I did put some resources in there. So that's the general gist of the community discussion area. And there is a course area. There will be eventually. So where it's got learning is the course area. And here we've got the events, so that you'll see where I've got things scheduled or not. You'll see where I've got things scheduled or in the thing. So there we've got the Friday Fun and Frolics, and it gives you that particular scene when you click on the links, and that's available for all the members. So there we've got a members area, and it does actually have a leaderboard and the about bit in there as well. So it's got all the different areas to be a really fun, well, potentially a really fun community. I like doing it and setting it up and having it there. So what I'm going to do is actually put the link for that here, so you can join for free. It is a free connection, a free area. Oh, what have I done there? Oopsie, hang on a sec. I've gone into a different area. Hold on. I'm pressing the wrong buttons again, but that's all right. I went into a different area. So, oopsie. And here we've got Karina. Hi, Ros from Karina. Lovely to see you here. Now, I have put the link, this one, that's into my community. So it's sort of like a school, sort of like a circle, sort of like a mighty, it's all of those types of off the social media. It's away from those free areas that you get so much advertising and rubbish through it, that I've decided to create my own community that's going to be around the cards and that sort of stuff. I've also got one for Boomer Press, so there's two communities there within that realm of my soul software. Sorry, my voice is starting to go already. So you can click on that. Yes, it still needs, you can answer some questions and wait for approval. I'll be doing that a little later for letting you into that particular community. So that's so good, Ros. It does look good, and it really is something that for me I think is, it just takes the focus to being about the cards and the rest without any of the advertising, without any of the risk of the social media closing you down because you've done something wrong. I mean, I have already had a warning for one of the cards in particular on the in the Lenormand deck. It's the mature woman with a bare breast, and I was warned about that being whatever it was, explicit or pornography or whatever, and it's a card with just one boob. It's an art, it's that type of thing. Anyway, decided when that happened, no, look, I just want things away from there that I have control over. Yes, it was a laugh out loud, yes, but I've still got the warning sitting there after years. There's one of them that is from years ago. So that's why I put the little charms over the the offending body part, like it's an offence. It's horrible. I think it's awful how they've done that. But anyway, so what I thought I would do for tonight, instead of doing a demo on the Kipper or anything, I'd just do a for those of you who are here, I'll pull a card. Is there any question, Karina, because Keza, because you're the first one that's in my list? Is there a particular question that you'd like to ask the cards, or just for a one card? And we'll just do little mini readings like that tonight, for as long as there's people sitting on here, or I do lose my voice. So I thought, well, that might be a quick and easy way of just doing a few readings. Okay, Keza? Now let me go back to sharing the table. That's the one I wanted, and I needed to get myself out of the way. So this is the Kipper deck that we're using. It's Ciro Marchetti. He's my favourite artist. I really love how he's done so many of these decks, and he has multiples. So there's the Gilded Reverie Tarot deck. There's this Kipper deck, fortune telling deck. There is the usual Lenormand deck that I have in the mornings. This one is Ciro Marchetti's as well. So that's there. Tonight I want to do the Kipper because it gives a bit of practice, and I will be using the guidebook for that because I don't know them as much as the Lenormand deck. So here we have it now. Because it's just too awkward to shuffle cards each and every time in between for people, what I set as intention for this particular way of doing the readings tonight is I have shuffled these, and I'm going to take the first card at like in the order of who pops in. This is the order that the cards are going to be read. So for you, Keza, around the subject of money, and as you know, this is, it stays. I wonder if there's something that I can do to stop it from automatically dipping away. Yeah, see, it does that automatically. There's something I need to set in the settings, but I can't remember how to. Money. For you, Keza. Here we go. And it is high honour. Now I'm going to zoom into this a little bit more so that we've got the cards a bit bigger. And I'll do it that way. I'll just have it that way. Okay, card 25 for you, Keza. And I'll read it out, and for money, and put it in the context of the subject of money. Okay, so high honour. This is the most enabling and positive card. Here we see the cannonades as the significator receives a 21 gun salute. So that is for you, the 21 gun salute. Literally, it means trophies, medals, honour, success, promotion, a raise, acing an exam or graduating with honours. So from those key little words or phrases, I'd say, yeah, definitely to do with a raise or something like that to increase your income. So the significator is on his way up, and in this case, you are on your way up socially or professionally. So more abstractly, it also represents anything high or tall. So that one we won't know because we have the next section is something we won't know because it's to do with the grand tableau. So if you've seen, if you join my group, the community, I have got those videos of a demonstration, a demo of the grand tableau in the Kipper and in the Lenormand. So I've done them both, I think. And I'll certainly go through a few more types of demos into the future. So when we look at what a grand tableau is and the positioning, then you get a lot more in-depth meaning to the cards. But in this instance, for you, Keza, it is definitely your ambition, skills and knowledge are recognised now. The card announces success. So it's in the form of the job acceptance or a promotion or a raise or something else that's going to bring that level of money up because it is indicative of success. Okay, so it's definitely a positive card for you there, Keza. Right, now, and then we've got the next one who's in my chat list is Karina. Was there anything, Karina, that you would like to put as a question for a little mini reading? Because guess what? It's only the two of you here at the moment because I didn't announce or plan or anything for this. So if you'd like to have a particular question, otherwise what I'm going to do, Karina, is turn the card over and we'll read it as it is. And it's the main female. So this is referencing to you. So I'm going to put that. This is definitely about you. And I'm going to more specifically, directly about you. And Kez is saying, thank you, Ros. Oh, look, that's fine. Thank you for popping in and being here. So for Karina, and the next card over for her, because it is specifically, Karina, this is your card, as in it's for you. You are going on this journey that is card 10. So if you do pop in, if you're not able to write another question in, hopefully you'll rewatch this back as your reference. Your question probably is about travel because you've got a journey. So this card illustrates travel via first class carriage from Victoria Station. Notice the wealthy man on the platform standing with his fine leather luggage not too far from the denizens of a second class. So card 10 stands for all forms of transit and vehicles as well as vacations, travel, escapes and round trips. So, okay, the round trip aspect of a place you're coming back to differentiates it from a different card, from change. So it's time to start or take a step forward. Leave your old and familiar situation, depart for new shores. This might concern your work, your family situation or your relationship. So maybe it is also time for a trip. So this card represents all kinds of vehicles, not just trains. Okay. And the last The last interpretation, this card indicates a trip, transportation, or a vehicle. It's another image that provides duality. So the scene may depict an arrival as well as a departure. So it's definitely the journey for you, Karina. It might be you who is the traveller. Now, because the card that was over was the main female, it is you, Karina, and you are going on the journey, okay? So that's my summary of that and what guidance we're getting for you. And I have just noticed Deb. Hi, Ros. How are you, Deb? Would you like to have a question with a card? I'm just doing the single card with one question. Is there one that you would like to ask before I actually turn the card over so that we can have a bit more definition in the answer for you? So I'll wait a moment for that. Now, just as one of the things that, the guidance that we can gain from all of these types of tools, it can be so spookily relevant and on the mark, as far as how we get these messages. I trust that what we get shown to us from these type, from the cards or from something like an oracle or otherwise, we do certainly have the answers in the way that they come up. Yes, please, love. Thank you, Deb. So here we go. We'll turn the card over. So this is relevant for love, and we've got the card of thoughts, card 16. Oh, I like this card. It looks deep, doesn't it? So this card represents the thoughts of a man the questioner is interested in. So there's someone that you may have an eye on from the sound of this. His thoughts are positive, and it can also mean making plans. So this card is perhaps Kipper's great gift. At last, a card directly addressing thoughts and matters of the mind. So this card is generally positive. We're only doing the one card reading, so I'll just take it as the positive anyway. So here we meet the artist in his studio, adrift in his vision and struggling to realise his perfect portrait of a lady. So it's in progress, okay? So the thoughts are already started. You would know how deep those thoughts are and in what direction they're moving. So while traditionally called his thoughts, it may also represent the sitter's own concerns, which would be you, preoccupations and obsessions. So, and the rest are to do with a grand tableau. So thoughts may reveal things you didn't want to know as well. Okay, more abstractly, it can also describe a thoughtful person when next to your card. That's the grand tableau thing, but I would say it could mean that. It may even indicate the need for contemplation and meditation. So if you've got those thoughts around love, then it probably does need to have more thinking about it. And one of the things I know when I was doing doing the training for shamanism was basically, and it is pretty basic, your thoughts do lead to reality. So put the right positive thoughts into your mind and let universe know that what you're really wanting is a loving relationship in whatever form that you desire. So you need to put those thoughts there in the positive way. Really feel it as if you already have it, okay? And that helps bring the energy and let the beings know that help us along, our spirit guides, God, whatever way that you feel that energy for you, as far as your belief that, yes, put it there as if it is already in your experience. Thank you, Ros. Single for nearly 7 years, manifestation. Yes. So it's still that contemplation and the thoughts. Are you thinking the right thoughts that are bringing that manifestation into existence? As if right now that you have what you are needing in that loving relationship, companionship, friendship, in whatever form. And there may be that thought process that needs to be put into place to actually be in places out and about that you're going to meet somebody new, exciting, whatever your criteria are. Okay, so that's your card for a reading tonight there, Deb. So thank you for sharing that. Now, that looks like that's all we've got as far as people who are here tonight, so might end up having a fairly early night. Goodness gracious, which is fine. I haven't had tea yet. So, sometimes it's just a quick breeze in, breeze out, and that's fine. So I hope that whatever it is, the message that you got for the three who were able to have a message, that you could find something meaningful in that single card, of course. Much love and light, Ros. Thank you so much, Deb. And I'll be back again in the morning as per usual. Hopefully it'll be on time and that the computer's going to do the right things. I have discovered in looking at how long ago I got this particular setup and everything, with the way it's slowing down and not always doing the right thing, that it's not just the internet connection, that it could be the age of the system. And Apple does tend to build in a bit of obsolescence with how I can't update my operating system on this one anymore at all. So it's getting a bit difficult. Oh, good. Good evening, Cheryl. Hi, Ros, just joined you. Oh, you've just popped in. Well, I'm going to do you a card then. I'll just share the table, because what I set up was the cards have been shuffled for those that are present, and I'm just taking them off the top. So do you have a particular question you'd like to have answered, Cheryl? Or I'll just turn it over for what is ad hoc. So if you could just quickly put that there. And Keza, yes, I was just about to close up. Thank you. Have a beautiful night to all, from Keza, in anticipation of me saying good night. But for Cheryl, that's okay if you'd like to have a card. Is there a particular question that you'd actually like to ask? Otherwise, I'm just going to turn this one over and it's just going to be a general card. That all right? So here we go. I'm just going to turn it over because I can't see your question at all at the moment. So here we've got the privileged lady. I'm just going to bring that in a little bit closer because I can. Off the top of your head, what's the question? Yes. And this is going to answer it. Just off the top of your head, that's okay. And I'll put it, whatever message I'm getting from Spirit, in the context of what you're bringing forward. Okay? I'll wait for just going to Melbourne for a seminar. Okay, so the success of the seminar, or a particular question around it. How's it going to go? Okay, how's it going to go for the seminar? Right, with the privileged lady, we meet the privileged lady, the epitome of wealth, ease, youth, health, beauty and charm, as she strolls across the wide lawn past the orchid house. Lavishly dressed in the latest fashion, she gives us the relaxed look of a lady used to admiration. This card stands for fun, creativity, luxury, the good life and all beautiful things. She can also be the best friend of the main female, who we've already had for another person's reading. So look, at probably not your best friend, but it could even be you. But I think what you're being that you are going to a seminar in Melbourne, that you are going to have a wonderful creative time, that it really brings forward that feeling of luxury, and whatever the seminar is holding for you energetically, that it's going to be that feeling of a privilege, that it's a privilege to be there, and that you also are going to have things moving forward in fun ways, so that there's and I'm feeling it's good life was mentioned here. I'm feeling that it's going to help you move into that next level of improvement, of gaining more for your betterment in what you do as your career, business, or otherwise. So it feels to me like you are absolutely privileged. Yes. So I think it's definitely a very positive message for you that it's going to go beautifully and you're going to feel that sense of luxury in however they've set up the seminar. Some of them can be a bit, others can be absolutely so well done. Feel that energy as you're moving through whatever you're learning from it, the networking that you can do at your seminar, meeting new people and gaining just that sense of inclusivity is the word that I'm getting. Okay, and the feeling, well, it is feeling more like community all the time. So each time that you do something like this, it's definitely feeling like that realm, that influence, that connection is it's just growing exponentially for you. So move into that realm if that's what you're wanting. But it does feel like it's a wonderful, the privilege of what you are doing and sharing out and about, because it's not just what you can gain, it's what you yourself are able to share with others as well. Okay, so thoroughly enjoy it. Know that it's definitely going to be a success for you to be there, and just in how you can be you in that sincerity, authenticity, and the passion of what you're doing there. It's just going to be lovely energy from the heart. Okay, and you've got there, yes, spot on. And that's the message that I'm getting for you. You're going to be there from the heart and really enjoy yourself. Okie dokie. So on that note, I mean, you have just joined and I'm about to go because I don't want to sort of just ramble on and rave on just because I'm here. You know, there's no more new people come in at the moment. So, thanking you. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, no, there's no more there. So it was just to have a little bit of fun and a little bit of practice with the Kipper Deck. It's something that I haven't used a great deal. Another time, Ros? Yeah, well, there will be other times. And certainly I wasn't as prepared for this, even though I had it in my group. Which, does it show up that I've shared the community? What page are you on, Cheryl? Are you on the business page or the profile page with Facebook? Because that's the thing, I can't post into the Facebook page comments. Let me try and do that straight away here. Once I change over my Facebook to my profile, I had it there as the business one, your profile, yep. Just going over to that, and I'll put the link. Can I comment while I'm here? This is an interesting factor. There's the community link to where I'm wanting to build some extra, more focused community aspects and ways of doing the reading the cards with Ros. So have a look there. You will, to be a member, there's only some 2 or 3 questions to ask. Simple multiple choice, nothing deep, and I then will approve. I want to be able to have the monitoring and control of it rather than having just anybody come in and make a mishmash, even though that's sort of what Facebook is, isn't it? But I don't want to have that Facebook lookalike thing. It is more a learning and sharing and doing things community that's focused on the cards. Okay, so there we go. Now, I've been going for half an hour. My voice is starting to go already, which is a bit of a pain. Anyone? Shelley. Hello, Shelley. Lovely to be, lovely that you've caught me just at the right time, just as I'm finishing, but I'm happy to do a card for you. Would you have, and I'm using the Kipper decks, the Kipper Deck. Hang on, let me swing this back out. I don't want to miss it. Like, you've popped in, so happy to do the next card for you. It's this particular Kipper Deck that I'm doing using Ciro Marchetti's. So I'm having a bit of a practice with the Kipper. I am using the guidebook for the moment. Have you got a particular question you'd like to actually have ask the cards? There we go. Hi. Hi, Shelley. I think I put up the, have I missed it? You just got in on time. So is there a question you'd like to ask the cards? Because I can turn this one over. It is your card if you want to have a card read. So, and I'll turn it over for you anyway, Shelley. Oh my goodness, despair. Are you feeling a bit down at the moment? Or someone around you? Card 32. Or would you have rather I not turn it over? Look, I see positives in all cards anyway, regardless of what interpretations there's usually from the books. But what we've got, yes please, not really a question. There you go. So you have said a yes please. We do have a fairly longish delay with these particular things, isn't it? So it's your hubby. Ah, okay. So it is popping up with something that's relevant then. So it's the hubby. Okay, let's read the card. So this is a challenging card. So here we meet a man in shabby clothes, a member of the working poor, distraught from unemployment, reduced to letting a tear slip in the street. Literally grieving or weeping. It can also be severe stress leading to emotional exhaustion, serious concussions, fevers and migraines, that type of thing. So this card is also commonly used for jealousy. With luck, a positive card will be next to it to offer balance and hope that all will work out somehow. Now, because of this, and that's usually referring to the Grand Tableau. So I am going to flip the next card to see what it is. So there you go. So it's despair, yes, but what we're going to look at is card 35, the pathway. So you're arriving at a long rocky forest path that winds uphill, but the trees seem cool and inviting. That really looks very restful, and there we've got the light at the end of the forest pathway, tunnel, whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is the pathway, but it is that light at the end. So destination can't quite be seen, but it looks like there's a pleasant patch of sun after the climb. Literally, it's all paths, roads, walkways, tracks and trails. From this, it derives a sense of long races like marathons or triathlons. It's a long road, so it also represents distance and a good length of time. This leads to a timing hint of 1 or 2 years. Now, I would say it's probably been that there feels to me like that whatever the despair is over, is about, it is going to end. There is the light that's coming at the end of, well, what seems like a tunnel. But if it's, I think if there's that shift in the energy of the thinking around it, put the thoughts into what are the positives of the journey, because it's not always the destination. It's learning from the journey. And as you know, Shelley, I mean, we know each other from some very interesting training, wasn't it? This sound stuff. So bring it into that's going to be the shift in the vibrations from what is despair into opening up the mind and the heart to what is possible from a different perspective, and really shifting that vibration to something that is going to bring that light closer and closer and shorten that time and the pathway it's going to take to get to that point. And yes, trust the universe, exactly. And it is amazing, isn't it? It really is so lovely. And trust the universe. And I'd like to say hello to Evelina. Lovely to see you as well. So the longer I'm on, I'm sure I'll get a few more coming in as wanting some questions answered. So Evelina, I'm just doing some very short one card readings. So if you've got a question that you'd like to ask of the cards or spirit, certainly put it here fairly quickly. I'll try to wait for your response before turning the card over. There is, unfortunately, with the technology, there is delay between what you're hearing from me. It's usually about 7 to 10 seconds. And then you do your response typing and the rest, and it takes the same time to get back to me. So it can be upwards of 20 to 30 seconds delay, which, with with the technology we've got and the speed of the internet as it is, it can, it's not as fast as we expect, is it? Oh, thank you, Shelley. Lovely, lovely that you popped in just at the right time before I'd closed out. So I'm definitely going to be closing off probably at 8 because I need to go and eat. I started doing this because I felt like just popping on. I have got it scheduled in that other space in my community. Good. Okay. Your court hearing's on Friday. Is everything, will it go your way? Thank you. Okay. Now, the way I've done this, whoever comes next, I'm just turning over the cards, and this is the answer to your question of, is everything going to go your way? Now, looking at this, it's going to take a bit of work. I get the impression that your court hearing has taken a fair bit of work already to get to the point where it's at a moment of decision, of having the result. So the toil and labour is a somewhat challenging card. Here we meet a young girl in the dreaded 19th century textile mill, tending to the dangerous and loud mechanised looms for 12 hours a day. Brutally hard manual work with the risk of losing fingers and hearing awaited these girls. Literally, this card is the low-wage manual labour, drudgery with no hope for advancement. Abstractly, it's the burdensome, thankless chore, obligations and the good intentions that are always punished. Nearby positive cards can show a way forward to a better future. Now, because it's referencing to the nearby straight away, that's the grand tableau, I'm going to shift this down and give you a second card that's here. I'm just going to hold on a sec. I'll just make this a bit smaller so we can see a bit more of that, the toil and labour, and we'll turn this over, and this is your card as well. So we've got this from that seems like the daily routine, hard work and all of that's been this hard slog getting to where you need to be for your court case and having it's crunch time. What we've got, the 9, I feel, is probably the decision, the verdict, or whatever, if it's a jury or if it's just the judges. So it's time to go. This card shows a hard-working porter in a flat workman's cap packing up your stylish furniture in a horseless carriage. You're moving from your old townhouse into better digs and you don't plan to come back. So, and there are other cards it's referring to which we don't need. Abstractly, it may also mean you need to be adaptable. So I think it's definitely giving that point in time for change. So it might manifest as a change in location or other social situations, as a career move, relationships with others, or your own outlook might change. So it is a versatile card that can link with others to represent change of physical location, occupation, or relationships. So I think whatever the decision is going to be for you on Friday, I think whatever, you're saying that is everything will go my way as your question. I think whatever the decision is made, it is going to be for your benefit, and the change will improve your situation, okay? from what has been a hard slog to get it where you are at the moment, waiting for the case to come up. And definitely the change is happening for you. It is going to change. And I get that feeling that you will be pleased with the decision that's going to come on Friday. Okay? So I hope that one is suited for you. And that was for you, Evelina. And thank you for asking the question and being here, for popping in as and when you did. And Keza, wow, that card's about me too. Wow. And that's the interesting part of any of these cards in a group situation. There are the, the synchronicities with others being able to claim the meanings for yourself as well, as you recognised, Keza. It's not just for one person. Yes, thank you. It's been going on for 2 years. Wow. Yeah, so thank you very much for sharing that, and all the good positives for Friday. Okay, so now thank you so much for joining me. Just on a quick whim, even though I planned it, it is in that community. You see the link there in the chat, in the profile. It's under this video, so click that link and join the community if you'd like to just have a look. See, you can always leave it if you want to. If you don't like what I'm building and planning there, it is free, no charge there. And in the YouTube, it should be linking there somewhere. I've got YouTube going too, haven't I? Yes. The Psychic Ros, it's on the Ros Boundy page and also the profile in Facebook. So thank you. Oh, Elizabeth, good evening to you. I'm just about to close off for tonight, but since you've just managed to get in on the hot at the end, I'll just draw this card for you. I'm just having a practice with the Kipper Deck, and what a one to have, the Sudden Wealth card. So Elizabeth, as a wonderful closing reading, this card shows us a slot machine with all the sevens. It's your lucky number. Gold coins spill onto the casino table. This card could mean the lost check that shows up, a monetary gift, a larger than anticipated tax refund, a bingo win. If this card is close to, if this is to do with the Grand Tableau, but what it's meaning pretty much is sudden wealth announces success, affluence, gain or profit in your job or in a partnership or something like that. You can draw on unlimited resources at the moment, but avoid being wasteful. Okay, it's that lucky chance, the bonuses, the lottery win, things like that you don't usually expect. Found money or an inheritance, any of those types of lucky chance, the sudden wealth. What a wonderful card to finish on. So thanks, Elizabeth, for popping in. And I am going to finish there and close off the session. It's 8 o'clock p.m. here now, and I do need to move on with the rest of my evening, basically have some tea or dinner if you call it the evening meal. Late as it is, I'm still going to have something. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see, for some of you, I will see you in the morning around the 8 a.m. So there you go. Yeah, whoop, whoop, fingers crossed. Thank you. Yeah, a lucky finish, isn't it? It's so lovely to finish on that note. We'll see you then. Bye for now.